in a minute. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hope you're all well. It's Monday night, so it must be Airfix and chill. Hope you had a great weekend, folks. I went to Bovington on Sunday and had a little look around to see some of the scale models that are on show. There were very few there, to be honest. I think they'd all buggered off home after the Saturday. So, but you know, the
I was
usual.
there Saturday. It was very busy.
Well, was Saturday?
Yeah, I was there Saturday, and it was mobbed.
Was it? Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, it was very, very, very quiet on Sunday. A lot of the traders said they had a really good day on the Saturday, and I turned up and didn't want to be there. So, well, I get a look around. As you know, I saw a tank or two while I was there, and started taking pictures of colours because I think olive drab looks wrong on a tank. But but yeah, it was really good. I talked with quite a few people. A guy from Holland came up to me, and I'm really sorry, I forgot your name. But he came up and he went, Moz, I watch you on Monday nights. I was like, oh, great. Well, yeah, say hello to me. Send me an email and we'll get in touch and have a chat. So, yeah, it was in, same. But yeah, it was very nice. But it got me thinking, about saving money, because I, again, ended up going to a show and spending money on kits and bits that I probably don't need, but I thought to myself, why don't we talk about money saving tips? And the first one is don't go to model shows. I think that's the first tip to save money. Don't go to model shows.
Don't take money in the first place.
It was very much how much you spend, and it's so easy. Buy a kit here, buy this, buy that, and before you know it, you spent nearly £100, haven't you? Plus, it's £23 to get into Bovington.
Not if you book online prior. I saved myself 15%.
Oh, is that what it was? Was it?
Yeah, if you book online, you get a saving of 15%. So it was like £19.
Yeah, and they charge you £23, and then they say to you, "Oh, would you like to gift aid that?" I'm like, "No, I don't." Because if I don't pay enough tax, I've got to pay for that anyway, haven't I? Do you know what I mean? So, all that. But yeah, it's yeah. But so then we'll talk about that. Just quickly, if you're a new subscriber, I don't know. I did a little video about a fly this week, right? And it's just gone up there. It's I think about 90,000 views so far on that video of a fly. And I've gained over 1,000 subscribers from that one video alone. So if you're new to Airfix and Chill from being a subscriber to the channel, welcome. This is our Monday night live stream where we talk about scale modeling and then we go with a topic, but by halfway through, we've kind of gone off on a tangent. But we have fun, don't we, lads? We do have fun.
Definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'll start with one tip, and it's to do with Tamiya Extra Thin. Okay. Now, these are about £4.50 a bottle. Okay. But you're basically paying £4 for the glass and the brush. The actual liquid in there is about 50p, and you can replace that with either Tamiya airbrush cleaner, which I've got some, which you can buy for about £7.99 to £10.99. It's exactly the same stuff. It's a 0.1% difference in the mixture of this to Tamiya Extra Thin. So you can imagine that in this bottle here, I think it's 400 milliliters. Is it 400 or is it 200 milliliters? I can never. 250 milliliters in there, and in the Tamiya bottle, you get. I think it's around 40 milliliters. So for £7 to that £4, you can fill this up quite a lot. But one step further, if I got one here, I don't think I have. I don't actually use Tamiya Extra Thin anymore. I use the. I've got a bottle here. Let me just double check. Have I got a bottle anywhere? No, I don't think I have. But I actually use the Tool Mr. Coloured Tool Cleaner.
Mm.
And I use that now. I find that tool cleaner bites the plastic quicker and dries quicker. And that's the stuff. Yeah, Ben's got it there. That's the stuff. That's the stuff I use
Nice.
to glue all my kit together. And that's about £11 a bottle. Now, I did have a bottle here, but I think I've used the last of it in my. But I don't use it to clean out my airbrush. I use it to glue plastic together, and that's lemon. But try it. I know I sent to Nigel. If he's on, he can come on. He basically tried it in one of his videos. I think it was on the Stolly, and he was mightily impressed with that tip. So if you've got any tips in the chat, put them in and we'll talk about them. But anyone else want to get in first for tips? Go on, Zinzan, what's your tip?
It's a very simple one. This is Tamiya Extra Thin Quick Setting.
Yeah.
And my only piece of advice on this stuff is never go away from the modeling bench, leaving the lid slightly undone, because it will all evaporate away and you'll have to get another one. Bring the lid up, because it evaporates, and it evaporates.
It does evaporate.
Well,
yeah.
It's more for ease of use with that as well. Is if you put a rubber band around the cap, it's a lot easier to open one-handed then, because you've got grip.
That's a good shout.
This stuff where the cap seals quite easily, quite well.
You can hold the bottle with those two fingers and then just turn it with your finger and thumb. Then
I do a little cutout on mine. And actually put my thumb on the cutout and then twist. That's what I use. Yeah, I put a little cutout. But rubber band's a good one. That's a good tip.
That's a good shout.
Yeah,
that is a good shout. Alex, John, have you got a tip for saving money on scale modeling?
I used to. I used to make my own sanding sticks. So you can buy dirt cheap a whole range of sandpaper sheets, right? Like big sheets, all the way from
like 200 grit up to 5,000 grit. Yeah,
exactly.
Wow, look at that.
So I used to make my own sanding sticks, right?
Wow.
And it's not worth. So, anyways, sanding sticks are expensive, right?
Yeah.
And so you can make your own. You can glue down. You just use some PVA glue, and you get some cocktail sticks or whatever, and you get your sandpaper, and you can just lay your cocktail sticks down on the or coffee stirs. Yeah, that's what these are on your sandpaper, and just cut them up. And these are, I don't know what, 5 cents a piece or something like that.
Yeah.
I just got lazy, right?
Yeah.
And then,
I've got one on the same theme.
Yeah, go on then, Barry. What's yours?
Sanding blocks I get from Halfords. They come in two. Each one has 2 different grits. Once they clog up, shove them in the sink, wash them out, use them again. Yeah. Since they're a sponge, you do like fuselages. it bends itself to the shape of the fuselage. It comes out lovely. Same with some of the edges of wings. I've been using those for years.
Do they come in the smaller grits, like up to 1,000?
Hang on a minute, I've got one that's still in its wrapper up here.
I mean, his wrapper.
Oh,
She's going to sing us a song. Is it Ice Ice Baby? Sorry, is that crap?
It sounded block. Oh, it says 1P80. I don't. It's probably why I've not used it.
180. I got that.
Well, I was going to say, you've
It's a bit coarse. That's why I've not used it. They do come in sorted grits.
Yeah.
This one I've obviously not used because it's a bit coarse.
Yeah.
You can use that for when you want to deface a model.
Yeah, if I don't like the model, I can just grind it away.
Yeah.
But this one, you can get them in all sorts of different grits and about £3-4 each.
Yeah.
Well, another one.
Still back UK. My tip would be to think outside the box. Modeling specific products are often replicated and cheaper in other hobbies. Correct. Yeah. Go ahead, Barry. You got another one?
Rigging.
Yeah.
Nylon sewing thread. Cheap as chips.
Yeah.
What have I got? You probably can't even see it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's a good shot.
I have to get
Is that the elasticated one? Is that the elasticated one?
No, it's nylon sewing thread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's bloody impossible to use in a needle, and it doesn't behave at all well when you try to attach buttons to shirts and things like that.
I know, it's
I imagine it'd be absolutely bloody marvelous.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I've tried sewing with it. It's bloody awful. I prefer cotton, but for stuff like rigging like that, it's great.
AFC Nugget says CCC MEK methyl ethyl ketone is an alternative to TET or Thermo Extra brush cleaner, and it's even cheaper. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I think
poly used to be able to buy by the bottle.
Yeah, I think that was the original cement back in the day, wasn't it? But I do believe that it has some nasty side effects compared to what we use now. But I don't know. It's
I think it's also banned from being sold now, I want to say.
Yeah. If you have some paint left in your airbrush cup after spraying, don't spray it, but tip it back into the bottle.
Oh,
yeah. I do that. I do that with the syringe. I've used, not syringe. What are they called? What these
pipettes?
Pipettes. The pipette I've used to take the paint out, I use it to take the paint out of the airbrush even and put it back in. So yeah, that's a good one.
As long as you haven't thinned the paint too much,
long as you
it's the same ratio as the original.
Yeah. Also, at the end of your knife handle, so it won't run off the table. That's rubber
band.
Yeah, elastic band. Let's have a look. MEK does have some health risks, though, but then again, we're sniffing paints and glue with the occasional resin and plastic seasoning in. So, what's that? YMMV?
I don't know, something about, I don't know. Can someone who is
translate slang? Please translate slang.
Yeah, someone who is street needs to translate that.
I can pretty much attest that sniffing glue in paints ruins your sense of smell. Mine's completely shot.
Oh dear.
Your mileage may vary.
I can't even smell my own farts.
What?
Yeah. Right, moving on. Travis says, I have teenage daughters. I've got all sorts of weathering and dry brushes I find in their bathroom.
And that's what I was going to say, makeup brushes and powder brushes.
Yeah. Makeup.
It may look very odd. I mean, if you wish to be incognito, order them from Amazon. But if you do wish to go rustling through the female section of any good store, that's up to you. But be prepared to have looks at you. Sort of go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Another one is
one of the earlier comments did refer to side eye. It must be said.
Another one is on the glue is. Do you know what Tamiya Extra Thin's actually made out of?
Yeah.
Acetone and butyl acetate, which is acetone nail varnish and acetone-free nail varnish.
Yeah. That's what it is. What I'd like to know, is could you use a chemical to thin the Humbrol cement in the toothpaste? Is there something that thins cement? Because one of the things I've always said is that, you know, there's no disrespect to Airfix. They put those, you know, it doesn't go everywhere. But it does the job. It does cement plastic to plastic. That's what it is. But that poly cement that's in the I just wish there was the same of something. You give them something to start a set and just said, where you tell them to use water to thin down the paints, is there something they've got in their house that they can thin down the cement?
Their spit.
Spit, yeah. Cocktail sticks.
I mean, cocktail sticks. If you are buying, if you're going to give someone, you know, for example, that poly cement, give them these. You can pick them up on Amazon for very, very little. I mean, my main tip for saving money is, and this is not quite an industry secret per se, but when you go into hobby shops or model shops, look at the stuff the shoppers pack themselves. Because, for example, pipettes. These are all really expensive. They sell them in packs of 10s and packs of 5. You can buy the same pipette on Amazon or eBay or a lot of wholesalers. Same goes with isopropyl alcohol. You'll find they'll be in small bottles, and you can buy a big bottle like this and mix your own. Obviously, do be careful when you're mixing them and don't be silly with it. That's your disclaimer. But basically, anything that you think can be mass-produced, mass-bought, do it yourself. It will be cheaper. Okay, you'll lay out a little bit more in advance, so you'll put down effectively a bigger deposit, but you will, I mean, these pipettes, this whole box was full, and I think they cost me £12 about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's still not down, and that was for, I think, 250.
What size do you buy? Now, this sounds a really daft question, but I've gone for the really small ones now. Because I was buying...
Mine are 3 mil, is what my pipettes are.
I was buying these big ones, right? And now I buy the smaller ones because because I, you know, by the time you squeeze up, it goes up the chute and everything. But
so I always buy 3 mil because I model mostly in 72nd and 1/350th. If I'm doing a large base coat, I do have the larger pipettes somewhere, and I think they're like either 5 or 6 mil. But bearing in mind, most airbrush cups are no bigger than sort of maybe 4 to 5 mil. So if you're buying great big pipettes, you're just going to spill it unless you have a cap on top. And that's actually a tip in itself. Make sure you put your cap on your airbrush, because if you decide to slosh your hand around, it will get expensive for either throwing paint on the floor or you will keep losing paint out the top.
Do you know what, though? There's a bit of a caveat to that, because I don't put the cap on. Because when I'm spraying, the first thing when I start to spray, the first thing I do is look inside the cup, and that's what I want to see. I don't want to see any air bubbles coming back through, getting that backwash. You're thinking, I've got a problem here. So that's been that. And normally on a Harden Steenbeck, if you've not done that tip up tight, you've got it a little bit loose, it will throw air back up into that cup. Yep. So that's my very visual to make sure that it's going through. As I spray, I look in the cup. Oh, that's all right. Then, but I do see that with the lid on the cup.
Because if you've got the lid on, you don't notice in time, it'll blow the cap off as well, and the paint goes over.
The cap off. Yeah. There's
I don't have that problem with my cheapo airbrushes or medium. I've only got one expensive one, which is like, I think a Mr. Hobby Procon something 0.2 mil, which is for really, really fine detail. Everything else is like Apex, which is like the AK-47 of airbrushes. It just works regardless.
There you go. Raiding the El Cheapo makeup section at the local chemist is always fun. Lots of side eye from the ladies behind the counter.
I've done it.
We've all done it. Yeah, definitely. If you want sponges, if you want, you see a lot of chipping effect with sponge, don't you? I swear now, those powder sponges, you can really get some nice chunks out of it, and give you a nice fine thing. And also, obviously, you can get the ones with lots of holes in, obviously, the more pointy ones. But yeah, a brilliant place to shop in. I actually got these mixing cups, well, they're shot glasses, but don't buy them.
I've got them.
Don't buy them, right? you want to get medical ones. There's a reason why, because if you see that, can you see there's like little, I'll get a bigger in a minute so you can see, there's little ridges inside. Can you see that inside? There's like these little ridges there. If I put my finger on it, there,
little
there.
plastic one.
You try and stare that, and it flicks it up everywhere. So don't buy these ones, but you can buy shot glasses. Just check the bottoms. I think the medical ones that you can get, which have got like the 5, 10, 15 mil on the side, they're a lot thinner plastic. They don't last as long because these are quite thick. You know, well, they've shattered that one, but anyway, I've just broke one. There you go.
Well, I've got my. Those are proper mixing cups, and these go from 2.5 mil to 30 mil. They are one-time use, but again, they are on Amazon. I think I got like 100 for a tenner. Again, and I'm still going for them, but they're great for one-time use. So okay, I am killing the planet slowly by not having a reusable one. But again, these are just so good for, especially if you've got a couple of colours on the go, because I'll normally have a lot of models lined up. I've got you won't see here to the side, there's basically a load of racking to where I will spray, and it's literally like a manufacturing line. So having these is really useful to just in, out, next colour, in the bin, whatever. So
that's it. Cellulose thinners, cleaning airbrushes and gluing, buy it in 5 litre tins. You got them there as well as you, John. They're the bigger ones, aren't they, John?
Absolutely.
They're the bigger ones.
1 ounce cups, and they're dirt cheap.
Yeah.
And I do try to reuse them as much as I can.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
but just before they start the harder, you can just get what I call a Brillo pad. Those plastic, scrubbers brush. Just put under water, rub it around. It'll come because it comes off as a flake. Actually, when it's dried, it does come out. False nail glue is CA glue and cheap as chips. That's correct. Yeah, I know that one. Makeup sponges are a godsend. The teardrop ones are perfect. Real Aquatics, watch your Vintage Classic videos on binge today. Airfix are benefiting from a large order as a result. I hope they look after you well, Mod. As long as you click the link before they did that, then that's fine because I get a little commission to help to keep the channel going.
Nice.
My top tip, if you don't have a PE tool, I use the edge of my desk to bend and to shape. Yeah, before I got one of those tools. Now, I went wrong. I bought the big long one, 80 quid's worth, and it had every single turf on it you can imagine. And now I got a little small square one. That's all you need. It's the smallest one you can get. But if you haven't got one, originally I would put a metal ruler down on top of the photo etch and use one of those straight blades just to tip up, So there's lots of means and ways of doing that.
A quick time-saving tip on that: if you haven't got one of these PE devices and you want to Google it, do not type in bender, because you won't like what you get back.
Yeah, Ben.
It's not me. I'm not. No. My only tip for PE was going to be
help. I'm just trying to help.
You're the only one that put your head in your hands, dude.
I've never put bender in a search.
Yeah, but all I can say is obviously my surname is Divisio. So at school I was known as Ben D. So that sort of is like traumatic, coming back to haunt me. You see.
Never occurred to me that, I have to say.
Yeah, so you can imagine what kids were like. They're violent.
Oh, they can be ever so cruel, can't they? Yeah,
they are. But yeah, no. In terms of like PE bending, I actually find a Swan Morton with I think it's a number 5, the small.
Number 5,
15. No, number 5 or 15, whatever the curved blade. This little curved blade is perfect against the steel rule. That works absolutely fine because just because you've got that little bit of curve means you can just get in and bend it round. Whereas I find with a sharp pointed edge, it tends to be either snap the blade or you'll get if you don't get it exactly sort of to fold straight over, you'll break the brass a lot of the time.
Very good.
On that one from Lox9 was.
Yeah.
If you do enjoy, because I enjoy doing research in books and things, reading history books and things. And what I do is I go on websites like Postscript or Time Museum and Amazon stuff. There's always a sales section or a save with used section, and I've had books reduced from like £40-50 down to £5.
I did that this weekend because I bought a tank book, the Book of Tanks, and it was like £32 down to £8. So I did that. So I quite enjoyed that. It was quite a good one.
No, exactly.
Just go to what's that, Ben?
Don't do abstract subjects like this because it gets expensive.
Yeah.
And these are really, really good books to put you to sleep. Just saying.
Fair enough. Yeah. Just going to the chat quickly. False nail glue is CA glue during a decent working time. Yeah. I wear a mask when I'm on the bench. Yeah. Nail art brushes are cheap alternative for figure painting.
Yes.
Any tips on saving on paint thinners?
Screw the lid on.
Well, thinners is one.
Does anyone still use enamels? This is all I use.
Yes, White Spirit I used to use, Wicks.
No, I just go down the likes of B&Q, buy a litre of enamel thinners, is about £3-4 a litre of it. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Stuff in bottle shops is way expensive.
Do you use cellulose thinners when you airbrush? Barry.
I use cellulose thinners when I airbrush, but I predominantly use Umbro enamels.
All right, okay.
So I buy enamel thinners from B&Q.
Yeah.
In litre bottles.
Do you airbrush, or are you a hairy stick man? Are you?
I'm ostensibly a hairy stick man.
Okay. Have you tried using cellulose thinners on enamel paints?
No, I haven't. I use enamel thinners.
Because they tried, and one of your subjects, try mixing your enamel paints with cellulose thinners, because allegedly, if you use that, your drying time is a third of what it is with normal enamels in enamel thinners.
It is, but definitely with cellulose, very, very good ventilation in a mask. Because it absolutely stinks. I used to spray cellulose paint with thinners through an airbrush for work on the big RC models, and even though we were outside, it was horrific stuff. And we all like, as if you're doing like what is it? Is it 2-pack car paint, isn't it? Wearing those similar sort of big vented masks because the cellulose paint reeks. Even the thinners are even worse.
In one of my old jobs, we had to wear air-fed masks because we were doing it.
Yeah. Right, Locks 9, white tack. Now, somebody asked me the other day, what's the difference between blue tack and white tack? Blue tack is greasy. White tack isn't. So if you don't want to leave blemishes and stuff, always use white tack. And I always buy it in bulk at Christmas. For some reason, white tack is always cheaper on Amazon over the Christmas period. And you buy them in a box of 10, 10. So I do that. Or Home Bargain do a white tack, but it's by Pritt Stick, I think it is, or something. Yeah, it's not Bond Stick, it's a Pritt Stick version. That's cheap as shit as well. Go down to your local Home Bargains. 300 years. Yeah, but I wouldn't touch blue tack, Barry, because it leaves a greasy finish. So if you use white tack, it hasn't got that grease on it. I don't know why it's that. But next time, buy white tack and come back to me.
Yeah, I think what it is, if you use it a lot, it takes all the oils out your hands. So once every so often, I've got to chuck it out and take off a new piece. Because it will go greasy. It takes the oils out your hands.
Yeah, but the blue tack is oily anyway. No, but the white tack isn't.
I've never really had that problem. But it is true to say it will take all the oils out of your hands and it will leave grease marks. This is why I use it for about a month and throw it away and get a new piece.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. I actually use this for masking now, a proper putty. Yeah. So this was quite a layout. I think it was about 14 quid new when I bought it. But I mean, you get more normally in the tin because eventually it does literally start to go away. But this stuff from MIG, and I think AK do a similar product, about the same price. This is brilliant, this stuff.
Doesn't it spread
Sorry?
out though? Doesn't
Yeah,
it spread out?
So it
You can't
holds
leave
it
it on there for long.
shape.
You've got to use it quick, haven't you?
Yeah, you have to use it within an hour or so, really. Otherwise,
Yeah, because it starts
yeah.
to
behaves
like
like
flatten
behaves
out.
like lava. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I in fairness, I've left this on overnight and that, and it hasn't shrunk massively or anything.
It shrinks, Ben. It tends to run, and then
it's like a non-Newtonian fluid, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
because unless they've worked on the specifics of that. I used it once to do some camo on a tank, and I left it overnight thinking, I'll come back to this tomorrow and spray it. And when I came back, honestly, it leveled, like it proper leveled and was joining up with all the other stuff. And in the end, I had to pull it all off and start again. Because it's basically that stuff. You used to get it in a tin and you would make it to a ball and you could bounce off the wall and stuff. That's the stuff it's made as. It's like miracle putty, you can buy it cheaper.
Putty, yeah.
So 300 pipettes for a tenner on Amazon. Yeah, that's where I got mine from. If you want really tightly wound cotton buds that don't shed fibers, look for gun cleaning swabs. Oh, that's a great tip. That is a great tip. I like that. They also have pointed ends. Yeah. Because Tamiya do those ones, don't they?
I got them from AliExpress for like a couple of quid for 100.
Yeah, these are the ones I like from Tamiya.
These pointy ones, them ones. But they're expensive, mine.
Yeah. But if I'd like to get these because these are proper Tamiya ones. These are, but they were mega bucks when I bought them.
They're called cuticle buds.
Okay. Yeah, I see that now.
Okay. So just doing a quick price look on Amazon of of pointed and round tips, so a mixed bunch in a rather large case of, as you say, gun cleaning swabs. $15.99 for 400.
That's not bad, is it?
No, and I think you get 50 in a packet for Tamiya at a time.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the going rate of the Tamiya ones are at the minute.
If you look for the cuticle buds on Amazon, it's 400 for 400 for £7.
Wow, it's 2p a time, isn't it? That's not bad, is it? Any way of getting blocked paint out of an airbrush? My go-to for any airbrush cleaning is this Brush Magic by Deluxe Materials or Deluxe Materials, however you want to say it. I buy if I see them for sale, I'll buy a bottle. I love this stuff. Do not get it on your paint because it will strip paint like no tomorrow. I had problems with my Harden Steenbeck brush, left the rubber, left the nozzle in it overnight, and then I used a cocktail stick, and I cut the cocktail stick or like grind, made it into slithers. And I was able to get inside and also use the needle as well to push it, and it cleaned it up, no problem. I have done it where I've put a little tray, a little metal tray, and put Brush Magic in the tray, and then put the nozzle in and put that in my cleaner. I've got an ultrasonic bath cleaner, and I've done it like that. But I just put it in the tray. That's all you need to put it in the tray because it's still vibrating at a high rate. But this stuff is amazing for cleaning your airbrush. I've bought an airbrush that was clogged. You couldn't even move the needle, and I put some of this in and just let it work its magic, and it will clean up your airbrush. Not a problem. Okay. The crisscross type of tweezers that you squeeze to open are great for folding photo etch. Good shout. Never thought of that. Yeah. Kercheval, earbuds, hairspray, cocktail sticks, white spirit, and water palette from kitchen paper. That's my saving tips. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Kitchen paper's getting expensive. Like Bob Rose getting expensive as well now.
Get one of them.
We buy cheap to save money.
AliExpress.
Oh yeah, you got one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the acrylic paint won't stick to the silicone.
No, it won't.
So
I've seen you use that on your lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just pop it out.
Oh, brilliant. Let's
clever.
try that. Right. Jim Brick. Hiya, Jim. Nice to see you, my friend. 8K camouflage putty. Not just for camo, but use it to cover large areas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
I've
got
used mine over and over, and less likely
that's
to
coming to that.
paint it over. Brett, have you got any?
I got a few.
Go on in. Knock us out with them.
First one, go to the dollar store and get some mini tubes of super glue. You can get 10 of them for $1. They're single-use tubes, and they work just like regular super glue, and they won't dry out until you open them up.
Yeah, that's the 5 milliliter ones, isn't it? 5 mil in each one.
Nice and small. You use them. They usually last for what you need to do.
Yeah.
And make your own sprue goo is a good one for not having to buy putty.
Yeah.
Throw some sprue into your Tammy extra thin and use that, and it sands nice.
Yeah.
And if you use the clear sprue to make it, then you can always use it on clear parts as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
My next one's might be controversial to some people, but don't have a shelf of doom, because you keep buying models if you have a shelf of doom and nothing ever gets done. Finish what you started, and you'll save money.
Yeah. But the problem is that we all have a deal, don't we? Hey, John?
Yeah, I'm not one to talk about buying a lot of models.
Yeah.
You always buy more than you build. I think we're all guilty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every time I see a nice new one,
right? Yeah.
right. So it's even harder for me because I still have to pay for it.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Let's have a look what we've got here. Just moving back. If you want a cheap CA accelerator and CA, go to your local DIY store and they sell Mitre Fast CA and accelerator pack. Yeah. I use this stuff, but this isn't cheap. It's by Bob Smith Industries.
Yeah.
Instaset accelerator, but it leaves a greasy finish as well. But somebody told me that you can use IPA, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, it's alcohol and baking soda. That's what this is.
Is it?
Yeah.
One of the things to bear in mind as well is with buying all these chemicals is they if you've got home insurance, they'll put your home insurance up if you tell them you're a scale modeler because of that.
Really?
Yes. Because you're storing paints and chemicals in the house and not in a kosh locker.
That's a point. My
so try not to use too many chemicals.
It's your tip to save money there, not to tell the insurance or to tell the insurance.
Right.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
It's gaming. It's gaming Cammy here. I keep takeaway pots for mixing paint.
Nice.
I know somebody who goes and picks up. He was going to a restaurant and picking up all the little plastic cups they use for your milk, and he used to take the foil off the top and clean them off and use them to mix paint in and everything else. So yeah. Pringle lids make great pallets, says Steelback UK. Those little nubbins in the bottom of the cups are horrible. Yeah, that's right. They are. You must be a bit behind us, I'm afraid. What was that? Sorry?
I got Pringle lids right here.
Yeah, Pringle lids. But do you know what? They're becoming a little bit rare because if you've noticed that some Pringle lids now come with a cardboard top.
To be honest, I'm just genuinely thinking who can afford Pringles at the price they are.
Only buy them when they're on promotion.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think, or whether they, I think, or maybe it might not be. Is it Pringles? No, no. It could be the Pringles you get from Aldi come now with a cardboard top. But yeah. On Amazon, you could get therapy putty, useful for masking for camo. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, that miracle putty, that stuff. Yeah. Primi Air Liquid Reamer will dissolve any dried paint in your airbrush.
God, yeah.
Right, okay.
I've got some here.
Have you really?
Liquid Reamer, that stuff that will destroy. I mean, this is from, I think, the airbrush company. They do too. They do a liquid reamer and a foam reamer, which I think is a green can. This stuff, I mean, if I've got lacquer paint and somehow I've left it in, etc., I will squirt this in with a mask on and with the vent because it does stink. But honestly, it will melt anything. Probably if you put it directly onto plastic onto your model, it would melt your model. It's the best airbrush cleaner by far if you need anything.
Right. The only question I've got with that is how will that affect your PTFE seals?
Oh, it will knacker it eventually, but if you change them, it's fine.
Yeah, but
I haven't changed my PTFE seals in ages.
Oh, okay, that's right. Because I do worry about that.
No.
Makeup brushes going good. Good for doing your smoky eyeshadow mods. Fair enough. I've plenty of packing foam from computer parts left like egg box like stuff. Ideal for ripping pieces off both and stippling and for roughing in cockpits and wheels. Yeah, I'd say packing foam is really good. Years ago we used to use the packing peanuts, but you can't use them no more because they're basically made of corn. So if you put them in your mouth, they disintegrate. It's a safety thing, so people don't choke on them. But if you now put water on them, they dissolve into like I think it's
look like cheesy Wotsits.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'd rather
AK camel
cornstarch.
That's we will talk about that. Yeah, the stress putties are about the same. They're great. Yeah, put CA glue in a tea light, not lit. The CA glue stays usable for much longer.
Yeah, wax.
The wax, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's
wow. I never knew that.
This is my wax.
Yeah.
And so I'll put CA glue on here. Yeah.
I never knew that.
It stays usable for a long time. Oh, the other thing I use is
my wife has an abundant supply of bloody little tea lights.
Yeah. Wax baking
paper. Yeah, wax paper.
Yeah.
That's what I ripped this out because I was using it. You can put CA glue on here and it stays usable for like an hour.
Yeah.
That's when you stick your arm in it, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Stick your arm in.
God, I have a pet hate of candles, but now if I've got a reason to get candles in the house, if I could just chop the top off and use the wax.
Yeah.
Morrowind, just bought some airbrush thinner. You won't go. You'll be fine with that, mate. You'll be fine. A good quality workhorse brush. You don't need to replace it for years, and good care, and therefore you won't need to keep buying. Yep, correct. Small bottles of Amazon for £6. That's correct. Yeah. I'm just going down through the crisscross type of tweezers. Yeah, we've done that one. So am I going backwards here? Currently building the Airfix DC3. Just need to finish the decals. Scared of ones that runs all the way down the sides. Any tips? Well, I've always said that when I did that Concord, when it has that really long blue line that goes along the windows or just underneath the windows, my regret was I didn't just cut it into 3 parts, naturally cut it into 3, then join them up when they were, because you could be there with your blue line and then you touch one end and it'll put another in the other side of it, but a bulge, so if you cut them down into sections, that works a treat. You got a tip for that, Ben?
Yeah, I've got a slightly different. So I tend to leave it on the paper, and what I'll do is I'll take. I normally go from right to left, and I'll take probably maybe half a centimeter or so off the edge of the paper, and I'll make sure the decal's really wet and also underneath, because I will use my preference is sort of like the MIG, as I call it, white wine vinegar decal set and fix, and it's literally a case of just holding it with normally my right hand thumb. And then I will slowly drag the decal along as it slides off the paper down the side of the fuselage. And that stops, for example, as long as you've got a steady hand, it will stop the bulging. And because you put down decal set rather than water, the decal grabs better. It doesn't tend to float. And then, for example, if you do need to make adjustment, just add more decal set again. And you can then, you can do wonders with it. And I use, what is it? there are other brushes available, but I've got the MIG Decal ones because I got a center set of the applicators, which are thin white brushes, and they're really good for sucking up the excess residue to then really get the decal to conform.
Yeah, I presume you guys are using just a sort of a flat thing like this to put a piece of paper on which you wet and then put the decal on top of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't dip my decals anymore.
No.
In water. I don't even use paper. I have here it is here actually, because what I do is that there I've got this, and I fill this up with water, and I put in a good squeeze of detergent, fairy liquid.
Yeah.
Because and then give it a good mix, and then what I do is I put the decal on my workbench, and then as I press, a little bubble, a couple of drops will come off, and that will land on top of the decal. And because it's got fairy liquid in it, there's no surface tension on the water, so the water just goes flat onto the decal, and that's all I use now. I don't bother with dipping it in hot water. I don't even use hot water.
I'm still old-fashioned. I use hot water, and I use the decal tray. It's a two-part. I've got water in the other bit at the minute.
I use that
whereby. Yeah, but this just works in terms of I've got the decal tray where the water sits in. Put the decal in there, and then I'll simply have this on the side and let the decal basically drip through, and then I'll have a tissue as well to sort of take off if there is real excess. But that only cost me like £7, I think, at a show. It's just a trumpeter one. It's not that expensive.
Yeah, no.
I use a saucer out the kitchen.
Yeah. As a child, I was never allowed to do that, so I just thought I'll buy one so I can have it for myself.
Yeah, but I'll make sure that no one's watching.
I'll just let you know, I've got one of them, but all I've used it for is to put all these extra bits like that have come out. It's like a spares tray now for me. I don't even use it. I did use it originally. Mine was by Hobby Master Tools or Hobby Tools, whatever it's called, which is trumpeter. So I'd say that. Sites like Woda books are good for cheap reference books, good condition, second and new. Yeah. Use water to thin your Tamiya paints when brush painting. I'm not convinced. I think Tamiya paints is shockingly shite for brush painting. If I use Tamiya paints to brush paint, I would use the retarder in it, not just water, because it's awful. I don't like it. What do you use that for? What's that?
I use Mr. Colour Leveling Thinner 50/50 when the thing's brand new, and then paint a little T on the top. I know it's thin then. And you can airbrush it very easily out of the jar. But also it works a lot better, but only on primed surfaces. If you try and paint it onto plastic, it's not good at all. But if you brush it onto a primed surface, it adheres much better, and you do get quite a good finish. So that's the way I work with that, and that seems to go quite well for me, to be honest with you.
I mean, the one I found currently for best, which I'm thinking of going over to completely now because I was that impressed, is the Atom, the new MIG, or it's not really new, but it's more in the UK now, the MIG Atom range, because brushing I find is really good, and you can just use water to thin it. And also with the airbrush, the consistency is just as good as a lacquer. So I don't know what they've done, but it's a much better version than the old dropper bottles. I have to say the formula is a hell of a lot better. And obviously it comes in I think it's a slightly bigger bottle, but the fact is this, you can brush paint it, you can airbrush it. Your color matching is a lot better. Whereas, for example, like MRP, no way you can brush that. You use that to do touch-ups. You have to spray it. So, and that's one of the annoyances. Whereas the MIG range, I have to say, this Atom stuff, it's becoming quickly one of my favourites.
Jared's in. If you've not subscribed to his channel yet, please go over and visit Jared. Let's get him up to 200 subscribers. I only use isopropyl alcohol for cleanup for lacquer paints, as it's way cheaper. I'm the same, mate. I bought this little bottle here from Amazon, I think it was, for about £5, and it's a soap dispenser. and I just fill it with IPA. Do not fucking drink, it says on there, if you want to know what it says. But basically, you just push down on it. I get my little airbrush cup, 1, 2, fills it up, and it's done. But after, especially if I'm just going from color to color to color, but I am somebody who will, at the end of a shift, or I've done a load of spraying, I will always whack in a load of brush magic, leave it in the brush, spray it, just pull back 2 or 3 times, and leave that to soak in there, and then blow it through, and then put a couple of drops of isopropyl alcohol, blow that through, and then I leave. So this one here, the one I use the most, that's got. I leave isopropyl alcohol in the cup. I know it evaporates in the end, but I always leave it in there.
It acts as a good neutralizer, doesn't it? Generally.
Yeah.
I have one question though, Moz.
What am I doing?
Considering you've got it in a hand soap dispenser, why did you feel the need don't drink on it? Do you regularly drink from hand soap dispensers?
It was. I'm a little bit arty. So what I put stuff on things like, you know, I love my
Dymo printer.
Dymo printer. Yeah. And so I put Dymo stuff on everything. You know, and it's just a bit of fun, really. That's all it is.
I do wonder how. Yeah. Sorry, go on. Carry on.
That's what I do. You know, and like if I buy something, I'll label it up on the day I bought it. All these are all labeled up and everything. It's just a bit. They just, you know, just adds a little bit of. This looks boring. If I don't put anything on it, just an IPA, you know, and then do not fuck it. It's just that's what it is. That's what it says. As a bit of fun, really. That's all it is. So.
Yeah, good for you. I do wonder how committed the people who use Dymo printers are. And there's a good way of telling, and that is, have they got the legend Dymo printer embossed on their Dymo printer?
Yeah. I just want to hear this. I use this for clearing up plastic, and on the top it says soapy water. Yeah. Just, and you know, it's just. What's this one say on it again? I can't.
Here's a little thing about painting that I think about. We all know what these things are. Mm-hmm. And before thinking about it for just a second, I went and bought a load of these that have these sort of wire whatnots on the back of them, when actually for a good deal less money you can buy these little crocodile clips and then some wooden sticks and put them on yourself. So don't do what Zinners did like an idiot.
Yeah.
Get some wooden sticks and then separate crocodile clips.
That's very true.
I'm in a moment here. I can't find my Dymo printer. What have I done with that?
Even cheaper, close pegs.
Yeah, close pegs. Yeah.
I tried using
close
pegs.
Yeah, go on.
I did try using clothes pegs, but they seem to spit small components across the room with great reliability.
Yeah, this is where I use blue tack. I put a component, something on top, paint it, dry it, take it off. I take it that other people are using stuff like white tack, whatever, when they're doing camo patterns. I don't. I just put a piece on there to paint, so it's easy to sort of swivel around as you're doing it.
Yeah,
that's the only reason I use it.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, so since I'm a brush fan, I paint all the camo patterns freehand. So I've got no use for that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I mean, I do a lot of the camo freehand to some extent.
Yeah,
especially on the ships, because trying to mask them in an orderly way that where the superstructural lineup is, excuse my French, a pain in the arse. So freehanding is much easier.
Right, I dump that on. I can paint it, swivel it around, paint it. Once it's dry, take it off.
If you were building ships, Ben, it would be a pain in the stern, surely.
That's very true.
Here you go. Nigel showed me a tip with these. Okay, brilliant tip. Take them apart, like so.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. You take them apart, and then you basically put them this way around. I think that's how you do it.
Well,
so that goes in there. Pardon? You invert them. I've got the wrong way around here. Hang on.
Oh,
But Nigel showed me a really
the clamping, not the curved. Oh, there you are. That's clever.
do that. I can't remember how he showed me how to do it. I'm just trying to work out how to do it again. Oh, that's right. Let me do it right. So that goes into the little thing there. I think that's right. And then that goes up and under. I need someone to lodge it. Bit of a faff, I know, but once you've got them there, you've got them for life, then, haven't you? So lift that up, poke that through there. Get in, you bugger. There you go. He's in. There you go.
What was the channel they used to have on CBBC? Was it Art Attack? I feel like
Art
I'm in an episode of that.
Yeah. You basically do it this way, so that's the idea. You just invert them basically. If I can do it, someone's just falling down. What's that?
It's all gone horribly wrong.
My thinners have gone over the floor.
Yeah.
Come on. This is so? I thought it'd be easy to do, but obviously it's not. And anyway, yeah, you just basically turn them around, and they
like that. Moss?
Have you done it? Have you? Let me close it because that's it. Yeah, or the other way around actually. So yeah, that, but the other way around.
Yeah.
So basically, it clamps them together like this. But Nigel did it on one of his videos, and I've used it before I started using the other stuff. That's why I used to do it all the time. I used to knock him around. I'm trying to get it to work, but I'm being a bit faffy tonight. I don't know why.
You gotta leave one side in and then do the other.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you need something for the spring to pull against.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah, there's a way of doing it. Nigel does a video. That's it. That's the way.
There we go.
Yeah, that's the way. Yeah, God, honestly, all that aggravation for that, and you're going to.
There's the sample Mikey produced earlier. It's like Blue Peter. No, that's what I was thinking of. Blue Peter, even.
Yeah, kebab sticks and alligator clips are always the way, which is what.
They're dirt cheap.
Yeah. I buy kebab sticks all the time. Also, I think Jonathan Mock put a picture up of a cat scratcher that was made out of like cardboard on its edge, which you can then plonk your kebab sticks in for £4 from Home Bargain, I think it was. So
a good one.
Yeah.
I heard was, you got the Tamir extra thin stands, the little pot stands.
Yeah.
Instead of buying one of them, just use old bits of sprue and just glue them together with Tamir extra thin, so it makes like a nest for it.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. Yeah, that's a good one.
Or you could not spill your Tamir.
Yeah.
Even cheaper.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have the title of a book then, would you?
Think of it as another model bill.
Locks 9. If you're thinking of picking up a piece with your tweezers, then losing it to the carpet monster, instead use a brush, wet the end with your saliva, and pick up the small part with the brush that has the saliva. Yeah. I've always said that I reckon there's be a market if you could buy silicone tips or find tweezers with silicone tips. Because metal on plastic, just because it's shiny on shiny, isn't it? Bump, you lost it.
You can get silicone tipped ones because.
Can you?
You can use the diamond dart pens, can't you? Because they've got the little sticky bit in the end.
They've got the little sticky bit, but there's also, I want to say, I think it was Infinity Models had rubber-ended tweezers or silicone-ended tweezers, to which stopped exactly that, as you say, where you go, yep, I've got it, ping, and off the shot, never to be seen again. Or like you've got like rubberized, silicone-ended pencils. Essentially, is what I would describe them as.
I'm annoyed I can't find my Dynamo printer. Where's that?
Moss, Brett has
Have you not
one.
labelled it, Moz?
Brett, what are you saying, Brett?
Brett has one.
These are display silicon tipped tweezers.
Are they silicone? They're not the hard plastic. They are silicone, are they?
Yeah, these are silicone ones.
Yeah, display. That's what it was. That's why Infinity had them.
They come in different shapes.
Yeah.
You can get them curved. And you can get them flat. And I stopped losing parts using those.
Because I got these from Amazon. I'll put this on big screen. And I thought these were rubberized ones, but no, they're not. They're like a really hard plastic.
James has just come up with a good idea. Use heat shrink on them.
Yeah, that's another point, actually.
That's another good one. Yeah, find some heat shrink somewhere.
You get it cheap from Lidl.
Yeah.
Got it free from work.
Art Attack with Neil Buchanan had the talking head bus, bit like watching this, cheeky bastard. And no more lost parts. Yeah. Hair clips make good clamps. Yep, they do. Also, if you have, I've done it with these. I want to do a video on it. If you get these little clamps here, and see them little clamps. Now these are hard plastic, so the parts sometimes when you try to do a curved edge, it's really hard. So what I've done is I got some B7000 glue, which is my go-to glue at the minute. I've got some here, some B7000 glue, and then what I did, I spread it on a load of sandpaper, folded it over to the other side, then clamp these on, then cut around them with a knife. But you can switch it. You can see that if you've got like a curve, they'll stay on that curve. Look at that. So if you're doing a fuselage on a curve, because you've got the sandpaper on, that is holding.
Yeah.
Because I put the sandpaper on, and that's what it does. It holds it. So
I was
if
just
you're doing
having visions of that shooting off.
But it didn't, did it?
No, it didn't. I was waiting with trepidation for it to literally go, as you're saying, go ping.
Yeah, that's it. So when it's on a curve, look at that.
Good.
And I'm using, and that's 400 grit. I might do a video on it and get a video which has got like 1,000 subscribers and 90,000 views.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't blame you for being very, very pleased at that. Well done. Good for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
You must be buzzing with it.
Yeah. I had to adjust my trousers a few times when I seen the numbers go up. Yeah. But that was like the videos I've done before. But when I did that video with the factory tour of Airfix, every time I looked at my phone, it jumped 100 subscribers. They did 150,000 views at the time, and I looked like another 100, and before you knew it, it done like 2,500 views, 2,500 subscribers. Incredible.
But granted, Moss, that was the tour of Airfix, not a fly.
Yeah, that's right. Mr. Hobby sells those catch structure things for a premium. I know, and I mean, you can go to Home Bargain and pick them up cheap as chips. Here's a weird one. Small drop-down white roller curtains makes good size photo background and floor. Yeah, that's a good one.
Or if you do figures, use an A3 piece of card.
Yeah. Craig Jules, CCC, collect wooden coffee stirrers from fast food restaurants. Agreed. I get the ones from McDonald's because they've got like a paddle on the end. And you can put white tack on there and put your part on and spray. It's good. Have I got one here? So I did have a whole box of them. So there you go. These ones here. Where is my? You got my paint. I've got paint mix in. But these ones here from McDonald's, because the best thing is you can just break them in half. You get two for one. But those, you got like a paddle on the end. But yeah, that's my paint mix in there. Right. Cover one with double-sided tape. Yeah. Put shrink wrap around it. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I've seen that with heat shrink. Yeah. Cut up an old Amazon box with corrugated card to the width height you want. Square tape around the edge and put your sticks in like a cat scratcher, but things for free. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Carpet monster repellent. I think they're attracted by the scent of polycement and paint. Yeah, I get that. Definitely get that. You can get ceramic tweezers. That's what I've got there. They were ceramic, not what's it called?
Metal.
Oh, rubber ones. And hi, plastic. You're always welcome on, mate. Give me your email and I'll send you the link. Wax pencil for picking up PE.
Yeah,
I've not had much success with mine, to be honest. I do have one, and I also bought one which was metal ended, but a little wax ball on the end. I never got one with that either. Have you got one there? Have you, Brett?
Yep.
Is that the wax pencil? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got on with that. Maybe I've got a hard one.
Easy, Tiger.
You gotta make sure the tip stays clean and smooth.
No, one of them. I never got on with mine. And I also bought the one which was used by jewels. You know, when they do that thing where they get like a picture and they then drop the little jewels in the little
diamond art.
That's what these are.
diamond art, and it comes with like a metal, like one of those little pens. But on the end of it has a wax ball. Never got with that either.
Yeah, John's got some.
Yeah.
Never got on with it.
I have got a completely off-center tool here, to which it will save you money in the long run. It's from IPMS UK. It's a multiple scale ruler. That is so good. I mean, I bought it as a bit of a gimmick, to be honest, when they brought it out a couple of years ago at Telford. But with all the differing scales it has on there, including for me mostly 72nd and 350, when it comes to scratch building stuff, it's so brilliant for measuring up plastic card, anything like that, brass, of what length it should be.
I can go even cheaper than that on that topic. If you go into scalemodellersworld.com and look up online scale conversion tool, you just put the scale in that you want, or the scale in, say, 1-to-1 scale, and then tell it what scale you want, and it converts it for you to whatever units you want. Or you can do it the other way, so you can do it from scale size to 1-to-1 as well.
I bought this off eBay, which is O-rings. O-rings. O-rings are fantastic if you've got if you especially the small ones. If you're doing, say, some painting and you need to get the lines going all the way around, if you put that on and then just spray, it will underneath will be the perfect line all the way around a missile.
Oh.
So if you say you've got red lines going on a missile, paint it red first, then put the O-rings in position. Okay, so you put the O-rings in position. So it's all painted red, and then when you spray this up and you take them off, the red will be left and the grey would cover, if you know what I mean. So I've used them. I'm also doing fuselages as well. If you've got a fuselage and you want to, so put an elastic band around it, just put get a fuselage and just wrap these around them. But they all come in different sizes. You can see I've used quite a few of the little ones because that's what I use to paint up my bombs with and stuff. So so that's a good little tip. Can you DM me? No, that's not me. Dip your tweezer tips in PVA. That's a good idea.
I think there was a comment from Al McNeish as well there of if not PVA, Maskell to rubberize the ends.
Yeah. Any silly putty is the same stuff as AK camo putty. Yeah, we said that before, but you're saying that it's a lot more robust than it used to be, I guess, because if I leave it, it would just shrink.
It was the MiG one I've got is robust anyway.
Yeah. Thanks for the tips on clamps. Many times have I had clips go flying across the room. Thank you, that's all right. Dip the tips to your masking fluid. Yeah, I see that. Badass idea. I'm going to modify all my plastic clamps in that manner. Yeah, it works. Yeah, B7000 glue.
We call it the Moz pincher now.
Yeah, I might do a video on it actually. I must do a video on it. If you're soldering ceramic tweezers, help as you solder does not stick to them. Okay. Grass pre-made sheets are good at making cheap airfield dioramas. Yeah. Hi, Dave. I know my wax pencil is not very good. Fair enough. Saliva is just as good. Try it. I work over a hardwood floor. A large stain brush and soft bristles about 6 inches wide is useful sweeping up to find drop parts. Yeah, but see, I'm in two minds of that because I'm in the room with lots of desks, and it's going to just if I go and drop a part, I'm going to drop it. But I often find that when I got rid of the vinyl in this room and put the carpet back, it drops on the floor and it just stays where it is. But on vinyl, it pings everywhere. I rang my cousin in Aberdeen and he said, "I found your missing part up there once." You know what I mean? It's, but I know at the moment. But yeah, always available, mate. If you ever free one night, you want to come on, you're quite welcome to. How do you guys fit clear parts, i.e. canopies, without ruining them with fogging, melting, or falling off?
The fogging's caused by lack of venting, isn't it?
Oh, super glue.
Yeah. See, one tip I was always told, if you are going to use some like Tamiya Extra Thin, and I've done it a few times, is to put the cement around the edge where the canopy is going to go. Let it gas off. Let it gas off. So the plastic's a little bit melted, and then put your canopy on, and then leave it.
Yeah.
So because it gases off. But again, we've got loads of it here. You've got that, which is the Expo Fast Set PVA.
Yep.
John's got that one as well, haven't you? You've got the canopy glue from Formula. Yeah, that's the one I used to use.
Thing I use.
Yeah.
Deluxe also do their own because I have a tube of it somewhere in this room because I keep
What do
stepping
you
on it.
use? Hang on. Oh yeah, you use the Ultra Glue.
Oh, right.
Crystal Magic glue too.
Crystal Magic.
The Ultra Glue is very good. Very good. But
I love Ultra Glue.
You've got to let it dry. This is the problem.
He's got
Put it on. You just leave it alone. Just put it on around the edge. Leave it alone. Obviously, if you've got a little bit of spillage, get a wet cotton bud and just wipe away all the excess white. Then just leave it, because it won't stick it fast, but it'll stick it tacky. So it'll be tacked. That's what it basically is. It becomes a tack. It's not gonna melt the plastic. But that's also a good thing to have, is that, because I don't know how it happens, but dust gets inside your canopies. And I've done it a few times. I've actually just like snapped off the canopy because it's only been held on with PVA, rub it around, you know. So, but yeah, just don't use volatile. Well, don't use volatile glue.
And that's the end result. No fogging. Super glue.
No, super glue will fog it as well if you're not careful.
Yeah, well, it's like say you put the super glue on the part, let it gas off, then stick it on.
Yeah.
This stuff, Tamiya quick setting extra thin, is the stuff that I've used. Let's try and make this. Oh, there you go. You can see it like that. Yeah, I know it will surprise people because you all say that it causes fogging, but I've never had a component fog in that way. I think it may have to do with the fact that stuff it gases off very rapidly, and I put the unit, put the maybe a canopy onto the plastic so that it's fitted as well as it can, and then just put a drop at one corner, and you can watch the capillary action, and it goes faster than you can run. It's very quick. You can watch it happen, and at that stage is just enough to go through to the joint, and that's all you need. So,
could I just say one thing, Zinners? When it does fog, you'll F and Jeff, because I promise you, I am a staunch of using that Tamiya Extra Thin.
Well, there may be a solution to that.
And it fogs. Oh, I don't know. I'm not convinced by that either.
That low odor version, possibly, because a lot of the glues that are classed as, I don't fog, are odorless or low odor. So maybe product testing on this.
Well, product testing my next one with this B7000. I'm using this on everything, by the way. This B7000.
What's B7000?
Great glue.
Make sure the contact where it's in contact with each other is clean as well.
I have some, but I haven't taken it out of the packet yet. I'm ashamed to admit. It's not good.
Umbro Clear Fix, presently surprised that stuff. Yeah, I've got a couple of bottles of that. Yeah. Also, somebody's once said that what they did is they would dip their clear part. Once they painted it up, they would dip their clear part in clear,
clear resin,
the Umbro Clear or whatever, and then they would just put that straight on.
Yeah, gloss coat, isn't it?
Yeah, and that kind of seals it in as well. So there's all ways of doing it. Yeah, but yeah, just use PVA or something if you're not convinced or you're worried about fogging. Use PVA and just leave it alone. Once in position, clean it up, leave it alone, and it's not going to be it's not a permanent fix. It's a tack fix. But if you're not going to bugger about with it, it'll be absolutely fine. So yeah, if you lose a part on the floor, Vacuum cleaner with tights over the end to find a part in tights. Yeah, we've all done that. Sorry, I'll have a look at that in a minute. Have 148 and 187 dial calipers. Yeah, that's useful as well. Hey, this is the most interesting discussion ever. Thanks. So thank you very much. I use Deluxe Materials canopy glue, basically PVA, or use matte Mod Podge. I've never used that matte Mod Podge, but apparently it's very good. It's an American thing. I don't think it's over here, is it? I'm not seeing it over here, so I would have bought some.
I ain't heard of it, so.
Mod Podge, yeah.
It's pretty thick.
Yeah. Attach a 3-inch gutter into workbench to catch drop parts. Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
I'll have to try that. Bonus with Clearfix is that it dries hard, which means for small windows or portholes, it dries like glass and you can mask over it. Yeah, that's just like glass is the same, isn't it, from Deluxe Materials?
I don't. That's probably the one product from Deluxe I don't rate. Is just like glass. It's that Clearfix stuff is just fantastically brilliant, and like you say, you can create windows, which is great on like the vintage classic stuff where half the windows don't fit. Just shame you can't produce a Belvedere cockpit out of it, but there we go.
Yeah, that's it. No, that Clearfix is. I know somebody who uses Clearfix on his photo etch, and he doesn't glue the photo etch down, but he puts the Clearfix on top of the photo etch.
What?
That
so it
works.
seals it. Yeah. But does the carbon monster get angry? Yeah, of course he does. Boiling water, great for cleaning Tamiya excess out of the airbrush. The trouble with that, hot water and rubber is a bad mix because it will donut. It will. If you got, I know you got PTFE, but yeah, I would be very careful with that. But yeah, if it works for you, it works for you. I use Essentials gloss medium for doing clear parts. Fair enough. Does not take very long to sweep a large area with a brush. Yeah, I get that. I do get that. Again, Ultra Glue or Deluxe for all this. Yeah. Marmite for masking. Okay. To be fair, lads, I've seen people use all sorts for masking, camo and stuff. Yeah. Never works.
Can you please explain that? What you mean by that?
Well, the only thing I use Marmite for is to mask my toast.
Yeah.
Jared, just out of asking, I've seen a video where you've had Transperfix for clear parts for VMS, and then you use another product to remove it from where it overspills on the plastic. Nobody knows that video, what the stuff is. It's some sort of like cleaner, I think. But yeah, I saw that in a video once. You can use that to do those sort of things. So yeah, but there's another product you use. If you go and watch a VMS video about using Transperfix to put your glass, and then if you've got like an overspill, you can use this other product to remove the excess. That's a good one. Extra thing for attaching calipers. Yeah. Also have the Revell stuff. Yeah. Dettol will strip all paint from your models without damaging the plastic. It can be reused again and again. Yeah, I've done a video about Dettol. Yep. Dettol is no longer cheap, ladies and gentlemen. Dettol is very expensive. I think the last bottle I paid for was about a tenner. So, but yeah, Dettol is very good. But what it won't do is remove the pigment. Sometimes I've done it. You can watch a video where I put a Land Rover into Dettol, and the day later, it was like it kind of just peeled off, like it didn't take. There was still that green tinge on the plastic where it soaked in. So, yeah. Don't use activator as this will make the glass fog. Yeah. You can cut out wingtip lights and replace with clear CA as long as there's no air. Yep, agreed. Hi guys, had 4 adverts interrupt your chat so far. It's set for 1 every 30 minutes.
Yeah, YouTube does it.
YouTube does it, and that's where you can set it. I could do it every 5, every 10, every 24, or 30. So I whack it on the 30 minutes. Okay. So I'm sorry about that, Emma. Ultra glue again. You can cut. Yeah, we've seen that. Hi all. Got back into the hobby after a 44-year break. I've built an Airfix starter kit, and that was okay. I've ordered the IBGRWD8. Am I jumping ahead? Yes, mate. And IBGRW8. Oh, mate, that'd be a tough kit. That would come with photo etch and everything, wouldn't it?
Holy smokes.
IBG.
IBG.
Don't think so. No, it's normally Armour that do a lot of the PE upgrades and Edward. I don't think IBG comes with. IBG is normally plastic. I mean, RW8, is that an aircraft? I'm trying to think.
It's aircraft. Yeah. Let me have a quick look on the instructions. Let's have a look what you get on the instructions. It will tell you what you get. Oh no, actually it doesn't come with any of it. Actually, it comes with
It's plastic, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fine then. I just know that IBG, like if you do like the Wrecker and things like that, I know somebody who doesn't bin kits, and the only kit he's ever binned is that Wrecker kit, that IBG 172nd kit. So a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not too bad actually. Yeah, you don't need no rigging on it because it's all metal struts, isn't it, on that one?
Yeah, it's a parasol Tiger Moth. So
yeah, fair enough. Dessert pots, yeah, yogurt pots, things like that. I've seen Midge Podge in Hobbycraft. I must have a look at that. Hobbycraft, yeah, I'll have a look at that. Hobbycraft, yeah, okay. Hobbycraft, W.H. Smiths, yeah. What's that then? It would be very handy if you guys could talk about how you rig up your cameras for your videos. I'll tell you what, mate. If you're, I'll do a video on it at some point. I bought a new one. I've got that Insta 360 now that I've been using, which is very, very good. Very impressed with that. It's not cheap, but everything's good with that.
I mean, once I get around to launching my channel properly, I will do a video of it because, again, I've only got some very, very basic equipment, but it's probably quite useful.
CCC, I would like to have a table like those nail studios with a vacuum cleaner in the middle when I'm sanding to suck the debris and dust. I have seen that. I wonder if it's worth rigging one up.
No, you can suck the model down it.
Yeah. What's that there? You got that vacuum cleaner?
It's a desk vacuum cleaner. Get from Amazon.
Yes.
Turn it on.
Does it work?
Yeah, it works great. Run it over your desk.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Sucks everything up. Then you just turn it, empty it out. Can't see it because there's a bunch of dust.
Fair play. Fair play.
Oh, wonderful.
It's about $10 on Amazon.
That's a look for that. I use Mod Podge as a masking on clear parts, peels off easy after painting. Yeah. I've got just like glass for canopy dipping, but it's so thick I'm scared to try it. Okay. Use gloss, dip it in, and one of the good things that enamel the clear gloss, the acrylic clear gloss varnish from Umbro is very good for that.
Or if you need to, what I normally do with canopies is I'll take the spray and I'll spray it with Tamiya gloss rattle can, just a light coating of that.
Yeah. Righto, folks, I'm off to bed. Nice to see you still back. See you soon, my friend. Hi, Win, one of our but sure, yeah. I thought that there was PE in that IBG kit, but there is rigging, but it's not showing you where to rig. It's not showing where you are to rig. It's only showing you in the instructions where to where to put the decals. I don't think there's anything there about the rigging. But anyway, yeah, have a go, mate. If you struggle, yeah, do it. You need to get a camera at some point purely so I can annoy Moz and Mikey. Yeah, get a camera, mate. Definitely get a camera. I was going to do the Land Rover 143 from Airfix, but now I have the HMS Belfast. So I would do the Land Rover for 48, mate, to be honest. That reminds me, Airfix are doing a deal at the moment, a bundle for that 48 and 48. It's still going in it, that bundle.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yes.
So it's definitely worth it. If you look it up,
it's the P40 Warhawk, the 172nd Shannon class, and the Ferret Scout car for 39 quid instead of 75.
That's not bad, is it?
48%.
Yeah. And where is it to?
for every bundle sold, Airfix are giving M4H 100 flying hours.
Nice.
Yeah, all right. I'll put a link into the chat so you can go and get one. History of Plastic says he's got one of those vac cleaners. And I know you've got an R2D2 desk van, haven't you, Dave?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. So I thought I mentioned it. Use auction sites buying kits. Veteranus is expensive.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. Sometimes what it was like Airfix had announced they were going to be doing that 148 refueler. And it's like 20 odd quid or something. On Veteranus, it went for like 40 quid or something. I think
That's
people get like,
isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I find personally, I used to use Veteranus quite a lot, or Veteranus, how you want to say it.
yeah.
And I thought it was quite good. Whereas now, I personally see there's a lot of individuals who seem to just bid very early.
Yeah.
They never buy anything. And so that put me off generally using that site. So now I use eBay and I do my bid sniping to get my lowest price as normal.
Yeah. eBay, on the eBay. So I didn't see that. I ordered this vacuum thingies. They die on me after a year or so. Little motor gets dusted and burns out. But then you buy another one for a tenner. You know, tenner, I'll buy that for $1. I think that's cheap.
If it's getting dusted up, Dave, that would incite you have to clean the thing.
Yeah.
You can't clean them.
I use testers clearly for calories. Is testers still going? Did somebody say they went bust?
They went bust. They definitely did.
So Model Master they're gone.
Yeah.
Tester glue you can still get over here.
DuPont, what was it?
You still get it, could you, Brett?
Yep.
Okay.
The clear and the regular.
Fair enough. Downdraft dust collectors are sale from the normal sources, not cheap. Yeah, I will have to have a look at that. Buying from Airfix, there are some massive savings on there. Yes, well, but yeah. Veteranus is full of scalpers now. But then all auction sites are crumbs. I spend my life in auctions. That's where I make my money. So if you take apart the duster and clean it, it will last you a long time. Like I said, half mine for a few years. Fair enough. Testers was bought by Rustolian. Yeah. Aren't they an advert in one of the cars? In cars?
No, that's
Alfa
Rusty's.
Romeo or something.
Oh, right. Okay.
No, that's Rusty's, that one.
Yeah. Fair
I've
enough.
got a tip for, when you're doing tracks, Ross.
Yes.
Individual link tracks. If you do your tracks flat on your desk and then CA glue a piece of thread or cotton along the whole length that's just slightly longer, put a dab on each link, then when you pick it up, they won't, even if the connection breaks, they still stay together.
Oh, I like that. That's a good
Then you
tip.
can just put the thread through and just pull it through and then tie it together.
I like that.
I'm glad I'm not an Armada modeler because that sounds like hell.
I use Facebook Marketplace for used kits. I just scored a Zukimura F4 and Edard CF104. Both of them in box for $100 compared to $350 retail. Yeah, Vintage another one.
Nice.
Go on, Vintage.
No,
Buy
I
your
think
kits
Five
on
Eyes.
Vintage.
No, I think Five Eyes is quite good at zeroing in on that kind of thing. So good for him.
Yeah. Facebook. I don't use Facebook Marketplace anymore. I rather use Vinted if I was buying stuff. I've bought quite a few good bits over the years from Vinted. Wait until the last day or near closing time at model shows to buy used models. Sometimes there is some goods still available, and the vendor will accept a lowball offer.
Telford's like that. They knock the prices down, don't they?
Yeah, Telford on the Sunday. There's a certain individual who you'll always find in the corner of, I think it's Hall 1 every year. He does not wish to take some of his product home at those times, so he will accept between like 3 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon some interesting offers. Let's put it that way.
That's how I got that Vespid Eagle in 2024. He just completely. He's like, dude,
I don't want to take it home. You just give me some money for it.
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
Fair play.
Absolutely right, Ben.
Has anyone else got any more tips in the chat? Let me know in the chat if you've got any more tips. It'd be interesting. So I've learned quite a bit tonight. The only other tip I've really got is that become an Airfix club member and get the deals when they come out. So the other one I can think of.
I just think I've got another tip in terms of this isn't to do with modding, but like bench space and that and storage units.
Yeah.
IKEA is always a great starter for that. I've got here the IKEA wooden sort of like, trolley trays, whatever. Before getting the EBM, is it EBM? EBMA? I'm trying to think who it is.
Yeah.
They do a lot of that.
Yeah.
That's what I started off at, and I've still got them. So if you want sort of storagey stuff, wooden, whatever, IKEA is brilliant, or an American equivalent if you don't have IKEA.
I got one of these rotating makeup stands.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
that's good stuff. Yeah.
So you can just put it in the corner and just turn it around to what you need. Then.
Yeah.
I've got loads of the pegboards from IKEA. All my plates on pegboards. Oh yeah, John, you've got that one, have you?
Oh yeah, that's the same thing, man. Yeah. I mean, my daughter bought me this because she knows I do modeling stuff, and she's like, "Oh, I got a makeup thing," and she knew it would be
a lot of space, doesn't it?
Yeah. I said I go in all like like I said, I end up buying all these pegboards and everything else, and I'm with what's it called, the Hobby Zone things, but it's yeah. I also buy the
1970s cassette case, which would be painted brushes in. I call it my ready box. So any kit I'm working on, I pull out the paint, some other storage spaces, put it in here, along with the brushes and thinners, and use that. You just close it up, one side, job done.
Do you know what, Barry? I'm so young, I had to suddenly think that what a cassette was.
Yeah.
You young him.
Don't you remember them, Ben?
No.
Used to fit 15 cassettes. Now it fits paints and brushes.
Hey, it wasn't that long ago when Popmaster, with Ken Bruce, you either got a cup or a CD holder, didn't you? You know what I mean? And that always allowed that prize, a CD holder. Who uses CDs anymore? I don't think I've, yeah, definitely. Empty IKEA scissors, arm lamp for extra lighting over the airbrush ventilator. I do like the scissor arms. This is what I rig all my rigs, my rigging for the for my phone when I want to use a phone. All the cameras here are on these, and what I do is you buy them and just take off the spring because it's too powerful. Else it'll just go up and down into the position that you want. Same as this one, the overhead rigs. So yeah, I get that very much so. If I know his store is closing down, go skip diving for shelving.
Oh,
yeah, that's very true.
Wayne Welly still uses CDs.
I do.
And also he also makes his tea with loose leaf.
I use a lot. I've got loads of CDs and DVDs purely because it means that they can't take it off you whenever they feel like it.
Yeah. I mean, this I've just taken a picture of the side. That is an IKEA drinks trolley. Oh, hang on. That is an IKEA drinks trolley tray. Yeah. And that is perfect for storing projects on the go, bits and bobs. Well, you can just see it's just got, and I think that was about 50, 60 quid, if that. And brilliant. It's on wheels. You can wheel it about. It's just a fantastic piece of kit. Well worth the money.
Okay. Barry, I would have to empty my cassettes out.
My physical cassettes are in another drawer.
Yeah.
Some of those date back to the 1970s as well.
Wow.
The caps on the personal washing detergent are perfect for mixing paints or cleaning the paintbrushes. Yeah. Pope's new album is being issued on cassette. Fair enough. Art shops, you can get these panels useful for diorama bases. Yeah. So I bought a a diorama based off 3DG, 3D Gizmo on Sunday. What I've done with it.
Zinzan wants to show us something.
Oh, what's that, Zinzan?
If you won Popmaster when Ken Bruce did it all those years ago, you won this. This was called the Space Radio. If you managed if you managed to win one of these, then you won the competition, but you were too shit to do the 3 and 10. And guess who was too shit to do the 3 and 10?
Was that you? Was it, Rod? Ah,
wow, I was always too rubbish to do 3 and 10, but that's called a space radio, I think they called it. But as you can see,
is it DAB? Is it DAB?
No, it's standard cooking radio, and it still works, but I just don't use it very often anymore. Takes 3 batteries, and there are other devices that use 3 batteries, but this is one of them. So I knew someone would catch up with me quite quickly. So, and by the way, if you're ever thinking about getting rid of rubbish when you're at the bench, I've done this, which is just a little bag and a little frame there that I've done, and I put it over by my left under an excellent storage device, which I use for all my things like this, these oil washes and all that sort of thing. And it's, I believe it has the technical name cardboard box. So, although I know people do like shelves, and however many paint shelves you think you need, you're wrong. You need more. I am discovering this. I'm discovering this because I keep buying those more lacquer paints and the outlaw paints as well. Quite a lot of them I seem to have acquired recently. Moss, I can't think who from.
Honestly, don't buy them. Don't buy them. I've got 3,000 of those paints bottles. If anyone wants to buy them off me for £3,000, they can have the lot. Take them off my hands. You'll get a £5 each for them. But yeah, I do like me CDs and me old racks and radios and stuff. I was just looking. It was said that one. I bought a clear shallow trays and mounted to my son DF, painted it white and mounted it all to my wall for paints. Easy to see. IKEA is full of storage. I got these desks, and I don't know if you see there. I buy these drawers. I think they're called Kallax drawers from IKEA. Got 1, 2, 3. Got 3 of them, and they just were full of shit. But they're good.
This desk is an IKEA desk from the last one as well. It's like 15 years old. This is an IKEA desk. Eventually, these will get replaced into like an L-shaped desk because of how the room is and stuff. But like my storage is IKEA. I've got again like a little metal white thing. I don't even know what it is. I think it's a plant pot holder of all things, to which then creates double stacking on top of here as well. And IKEA is just great for storage. It is just brilliant.
I've got them, the little tool storage racks with little drawers in, like 30 odd drawers in. Lidl quite often do them for like £10. So I've got 2 of them in front of my desk as well for all the little bits.
One of my first videos about my workbench was that toolbox.
Yeah,
and I used to have everything in that toolbox, and it just got bigger, and I was like, it's like shite everywhere now. It's unbelievable. I get quite depressed. I walk into this room and think, where's that gone? I can't find it. Buy another one and find it again. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was that? The only use for CDs over vinyl is to put Tamiya tape on to cut up strips and triangles for masks. I've got rid of all my vinyl. I sold it for good money, actually, all my vinyl that I collected over the years. It's all gone now. All gone. I couldn't trust it up in the attic. So I got rid of it all. I sold it all. Good money as well. A Zinzan Popmaster champion. No, you didn't get the 3 and 10.
No, I didn't. No, I was too crap.
What would you got? If you got the 3 and 10, you would have got the DAB radio, would you?
You get a DAB radio if you can do that. But they asked me something about the Red Hot Chili Monkeys or something.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I mean, right now I couldn't even tell you one of their the hits of that popular beat combo. But there we are.
Did you went to Mantovani?
Yeah, Mantovani is good.
Yeah, you look the age for it.
Oh, they do. They do a
None
totally,
taken.
totally scale models, cassettes. That takes me back to my youth, recording the top 40 on a Sunday afternoon. We all did it, mate, when I was,
Yeah,
I did.
yeah,
I
6
used to
o'clock
do it.
on radio.
And
1
that's
and
why,
2.
and that's why radios always used to speak on the end of tracks, because they were told to stop me from recording them, if you know what I mean. So, but I used to get friends who used to get the known albums on cassette tape. We would just record them tape to tape, like, you know, every single time.
Yeah.
I have a full-size Humbrol rack complete with around 500 new tins of Humbrol enamels that I picked up at the weekend for 200 quid. Fantastic.
I can do slightly better.
Do you know
somebody else at the club, they went from enamels to acrylics, and he gave me over 200 tins of Umbro tins for nothing.
Yeah. I bet you've got what's it called in that lot, haven't you? British Racing Green, because they don't do that anymore, the bastards.
I've got this great
British colours. You've got olive drab, you've got sky, you've got cockpit green,
yep.
You know, you've got RAF black, and then
Aurora pink, Lufthansa yellow,
and they got rid of British Racing Green, the bastards.
They got rid of loads of colours, Moz, in both their enamel and their acrylic. I mean, and some of the colours, like you say, were the only ones they did as a brand. No one else does a proper match.
Well, they had to do they had to do the colours for the Artemis, didn't they?
Yeah, you'll have to have a strongly worded letter with them.
It's got its own number as well. They had to reformulate that colour for the Artemis. They said, if you're doing it, you've got to do it proper. So there you are. Weird. I just use a circular archiving solution, recycle bin. Yeah. I use the box room. Yeah. Fair enough. Billy bookcases. Billy bookcases. We've got a few of them in our house. I swear, my number one consumable for model making is paper towels and napkins. Paper towels are getting expensive.
What is it? I get, I think, is it Regina Blitz or whatever? You get a pack of 8. I think it's like 70 sheets a roll, £13.50 on Amazon.
Still expensive.
It's what upsets the wife the most. It's not the kids I did.
Blue roll cheaper.
So many paper towels I go through.
Yeah.
I use kitchen roll.
A good part of my stash is stored in IKEA, Billy. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Doesn't Airfix do a special glue for not fogging glasses? Yeah, it's called Clearfix. That's what it's called, Clearfix.
Yeah.
My bench is made up of kitchen worktop and kitchen cabinets. I started on that one. That wall there was a kitchen cabinet, and it was just too high. I was standing up building models then on a stool, and I decided that I was going to go low, so I ended up going to an old school and picking up a load of desks from there. Not school desks, but from the office desks.
Yeah. So that's it's a great channel.
Yeah. Totally scale models, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Steve.
Send me an email, mate. We'll have a chat.
All right, good.
If he's a recommendation to come on here, if he's a recommendation to come on here, then we'll have him on.
Absolutely.
You can usually find him sat next to me at the M4H stand.
Okay. If he wants to come on, he can come on. We'll have a chat after, you know, if we want to take on more people. If you have a digital caliper, they take the battery out if it's not in use. That's true. That every time. Trouble with storage shelves and boxes is they take up so much space, especially when you fill them up as well. I get that. I've just bought a spinning rack from Amazon. Holds 48 Vallejo sized bottles in a tiny footprint for £26. I like the Amazon. When I was using Tamiya lacquers a lot, or the X and XF, I bought their spinny paint rack. And because you can,
I've got like the Mig Hobby's own ones, which are vertical, so you can mount them on a wall.
You can double them up as well, which is good. Are you going to do the 48? It will be fun. No, I won't be, mate. No, not for me. Give it away now. No, give it away now. The range has 3 drawer tops that you can remove, and the top joint 2 together, $7.99. Yeah. My kits are stashed away in the cupboard upstairs, which should be airing cupboards. So happy with that. Yeah. 20-foot once used shipping containers are about $3,000 delivered. They hold a lot of kit and books. Yeah. So I got a friend he wanted to build an extension on his house for a kitchen, and he couldn't get planning permission. What did he do? He got a storage container, took the front off, bolted it to the side of the house, and made that into his kitchen. And because it's a temporary building, it was made into a kitchen. The council can't get rid of it. They've said they've been to court and everything. It's been thrown out twice. So if you ever want to extend your house, get yourself a container. I thought he said humble tits. No, humble tins. What number is British Racing Green? I'll have a look. British Racing Green was...
Is it number 3?
No, that's Brunswick Green, that is.
Yeah.
Have a look.
Number 9? I got a...
It was 239. 239. It's been taken out of the range now. Yes, I've still got my Humbrol selection here. I use it for... You've got to... Just rip it out of a little catalogue. And the older the catalogue, the better. You get the numbers then. And then
he's commented further down, Ross, that he's got some.
Has he got some? It's very difficult to get hold of that. Is that in enamel or was that in acrylic?
Enamel.
Yeah,
it's
gloss,
gone now.
239 gloss, British Racing Green. I don't have any.
Yeah, they don't make it anymore. They don't. They actually dumped it. I did a video on it. They dumped it when Airfix first released the British Racing Green Jaguar starter set. I was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Hello." Does the arse not talk to the mouth in these situations? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's funny.
I mean, we could make comments, but I shan't.
Well, 92. There is no British Racing Green. No true. Yes, there is. Humbrol did it, and I will die on that hill. And I know somebody who sprayed their car using Humbrol enamel British Racing Green because it was the closest to what Lotus was banging out in Formula One days. True story.
Nobody's going to do it better, right? Humbrol.
Yeah, that's right. Humbrol
Racing Green.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
When my girl moves out, I'll look the bed. I will take the bed apart, make a false wall, bookshelf, bench, and loads of shelves for the models. Just had to buy a sheet of MDF. Yeah.
Yeah, but then
I think that's one of the things. I have a theory about getting back into scale modeling, and it's that men look at a room and think, now the kids have moved out, what am I going to do with that room? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build a fucking scale model, and no bugger's going to stop me from doing it. And that's what they do. They move into that spare room, and they've got their vinyl there with them. Because I've got record player with vinyl, and all that, And that's what they do. They think, I'm going to start building models. And I think that's what it is. Forget all this making flowers and stuff and all this. And, but like you said, people keep saying, the modeling's dying. No, we're just getting a bit longer now because kids stay at home longer. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Kids are staying home longer because they can't afford to get their own place.
You got to wait longer to make it into a man cave.
Exactly. That is exactly it.
Sorry, are you blaming the downturn of the British economy for the fact that most people aren't building models early enough?
No, we're blaming you.
I'm just saying, it's like you can have a bit of fun with it. It's like all this idea of like, oh, we've got to make the modelling for women. Why? If women want to model, they can model. I don't go up to the local knit shop or the thread shop where they do all the knitting and stuff. And they're not there with posters saying, come in, men, let's teach you how to knit. They're happy women being there. They have a stitch and a bitch. That's what they're doing up there, stitching and bitching. That's what women do in that place. They don't want men there. They want to talk about men. You know what I mean? No, it's.
I went into a knitting shop once with some steel wool. I told the people in there, "Could you knit me a fridge, please?"
Yeah. No, it's some fun theories. It's just a bit of fun, honestly. Don't take it. Just having a bit of fun here. But I don't see lots of posters out there or women crying out saying knitting is dying because we don't have men knitting. No, they don't. They just get on with it. You know, just saying.
And they enjoy their space, right?
My go-to paint is now SMS. They spray so well. Just using the hyperchrome, really good. Yep, fair enough. Fair enough. Fizzy Rider 2. I have 7 tins of British Racing Green enamel 239. Well done. So you'll be able to keep enameling up those starter sets. IKEA don't sell their display cabinets now, but you can find them on sale sites, so grab them while you can. Oh, is that the glass ones?
Yeah, the glass one details. Yeah.
They don't do them no more, no?
No, they've now changed to a really thin thing, which is perfect for flowers and stupid vases, which is annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they're catering to someone that isn't the modeler. How dare IKEA do that?
Well, considering the Airfix going to produce flowers, you got a perfect case to put them in.
Yeah.
It's very true.
And yet there is no British Racing Green standard. You may prefer Humble's take, but RAC did not specify that. Yeah, it's a weird one. Canopies, I wasn't aware we had to make the AC airworthy. Just tack it on with PVA. Yeah, that's what I was saying, mate. When it comes to canopies, it is a tack. It's not a full-blown stick it down. So is British Racing Green something Outlaw could mix for you, Moz? We do a British Racing Green that's based on the Humbrol one. I think I've got about 4 bottles of it left. It's very good. It goes down well. It does crack a punch, and it is as close to the Humbrol one as we could get. But unfortunately, Outlaw paint does not exist anymore, and that's another story. My wife wants to turn my daughter's room into a walk-in wardrobe. Well, you've just got to put your foot down, mate, and say no. You've got the kitchen. You've got
enough clothes.
You've got enough clothes. I'm joking. If she wants a walk-in wardrobe, I'm pretty sure you could move house and buy a 4-bedroom instead of a 3. And make
if he has a comfy couch.
He's going to be on the couch at this rate.
Yeah,
what we could say is we don't need the dining room anymore.
Yeah.
No, we don't need the dining room no more. I know somebody who's a modeler. He's a single bloke, and he's got the front room is a modeling room. He's got the kitchen dining room where he's got a TV and he sits to have his dinner, and he sleeps upstairs. He's got his other room is full of models. So yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah. Dean Scale Model Zone. I did that. Son moved out and made a hobby room. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Humbrol acrylic 239 BRG gloss is available on their website, but not in catalogue yet. It's end of line, mate. When the stock goes, they're not bringing it out in their Gen 2 colours or Gen 3. Is it Gen 3 now?
Yeah.
It won't be in Gen 3. So, and Gen 3's got a bigger, it's 14 milliliter, not 12. It's got a different nib on the end, and it does spray delightfully well, mixed with Tamiya X20A. So, if you want to use that and put it for your airbrush, 50-50 mix or 60-40, 60% X20A, 40% Humbrol acrylic. Goes to the airbrush like a dream. Really good paint. Dries quick as well. That was the original idea, but I had to make space for the grandson to sleep in here. Oh, bless. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Again, a record player. Don't you mean a gramophone? No, record player, mate. You get much pause. Yeah, I think something's behind us here. I resemble that remark. Yes, I knit, but I prefer model making. Fair enough, Tiffany. Yeah, I get that. Don't know. Tom Daly seems to be a knitter. Perhaps he needs to build a model. Yeah. But no, I just said, they've got the club up here, and the women are there nearly most nights knitting away. They come and have a cup of tea, do a bit of knitting during the day. Kids are at school. You know what I mean? It's great. They've got such a great community up there. And I often think if I ever set up a scale model shop, would I make it into a cafe? Have a place where you can come along, do a bit of modeling, cup of tea, coffee. But I don't think it would work unless you're in a city or, somewhere where there's a lot of people. Doing it in a local town, in the middle of a high street in a local town, ain't going to cut the mustard, is it? So, and also imagine the smell of Tamiya extra thin spoiling your Korean chicken sandwich. You know what I mean? Imagine
Health
that.
and safety might have something to say about mixing food with
chemicals
as well.
Yeah,
I was going to say, yeah.
Exactly. Worst decision I made was buying those AK enamel washes. Most of them have all gone bad. There is a video out there that was talking about that. I can't remember when it was, or there was a post or something.
You got to keep the lids really tight. They hook off. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They do go off. Yeah. So yeah. I don't remember Humbro ever doing gloss BRG, only Brunswick green number 3, and I'm going back to the 70s. Yeah, it says gloss. They've always done a British Racing green. British Racing green gloss 239. Yeah, it's always been that. Yeah, they've always had a British Racing green.
I think you said it's when they produced a Jaguar, didn't they? So it might not be till like the 2000s or something.
No. They British Racing green right the way back. Oh. They've always had British Racing green. Yeah. Do you have a model show for this evening's show? Us organisers need all the help we can get. It's in the middle of edit because I got given another 5, and it's in the middle of edit. I will put that video out again, and also I'll put it on Facebook as well. So it's in the middle of edit. As I said, I got given another 5. You sent me one this week as well, didn't you, Ben?
Yeah, I did. So
yeah, so
I'll plug that one at the end.
Yeah, that's coming on. But yeah, I will. Well, we'll definitely do that again. It's as I've already. I did a load in, and other people sent me some more, so I've got to go through that. But I will do it. I promise you. I have a friend who has a house. Is a modern museum of a 4-bedroom house. Yeah. And I think that's basically it. My spare bedroom is my model shop. Fair enough. And then the process moves to the shed with the modelling stuff. Yeah, with the shed, make sure it's well ventilated and not leaking because, yeah, they leak.
Yeah,
my newfound tip for painting 1/350 of figures is a photo of them from a distance.
Far away scale.
Yeah, you're going to say, Ben, you've got a model expedition coming up soon, haven't you?
Yeah, so this Saturday in Surrey, there is going to be a big second-hand sale run by Addleston Model Centre in Ottershaw. Those are the details. It's between 10 and 4, basically junction 11 of the M25. It's literally a 5 to 10 minute drive, and there is parking as well. So yeah, come along between 10 and 4. There's, I think currently, if you know the big, what I would describe as the IKEA blue bags and also the big zip ones you would use when you're moving, I think I've seen about 30 to 40 of those packed full of kits. So there is a hell of a lot so far that is, I mean, I think there's 3 to 4 van loads that will be present. So there's plastic model kits, there's going to be, I think, a bit of railway, a bit of die cast. But yeah, come along. Yeah, it's on Saturday, this Saturday, the 14th, so Valentine's Day. So once you've spoiled your wife or the other half, go spoil yourself down at the show and you can be back in time for tea.
Marvellous. I was just going to put it back up here a minute so I can find it again. I did have it. You sent it to me yesterday. Or was it, was it Thursday? You sent it to me. So.
Might be Thursday. So I think it was before. Yeah, so, there you go. That's the one.
Yeah. So basically, anything with pre-owned, go in there, and I think the pricing was it between £1 and £2, isn't it, for each model? I think is that right?
It's not quite that cheap, I'm afraid. It will vary, but there are some absolutely cracking deals. They run it normally twice a year. I've been to both of them, and I have to say I have picked up some absolute bargains. So if you're in basically within an hour of say junction 11 of the M25, come have a look. We're not in ULEZ, we're outside of ULEZ. So
ULEZ, fair enough. That's good. Well, there you are. We've gone almost 2 hours with all the tips, tricks, and have a laugh, bit of banter. We had again another 270 people watching us, which is fantastic. Love it. Thank you very much for joining us. We're here every Monday, obviously. I have asked a few other people to come and show their faces on Airfix and Chill for the future, just to mix it up a little bit, because we can have up to 10. But I think lots of people can't do it every single week, if you know what I mean. And, but people kind of step back. So, but yeah, but do not worry about that, Jared. I will get that video edited this week, because I said it. And also, I've got to, and every time we go, I've got to get rid of a couple, because we've already had 2 already. We've had Bolton, we've had North Wales, we've had Bovington. So it's just it's a continuous, but I will advertise it again, and it will go on Facebook. as a vertical as well, so you're able to share it around, etc. But I think that's it from us. Any other question? Anything else we want to add? I don't think so. But again, thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Zinzan. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, John. Thank you, Barry. And we'll see you next Monday. Have a great rest of your week.